Gets bullied a lot, you know, bad movement, you know, kind of whatever backdash,
big boy.
really bad sidestep. You know, at least some like, you know, some of the bigger characters have at least, you know, a good, like Jack has a surprisingly good backdash. You know, Falkenrom has things like sidestep 4 to get away from things if he needs to, if he wants to step around things, or, and you know, still has a decent backdash, even though they nerfed it from launch. And but yeah, Gigas is like the epitome of what you think of a big character, like slow, sluggish, gets bullied.
It hits you real hard when they do hit you.
Yeah. So you definitely have to learn how to stand your ground if you're gonna play that character competitively. But we're gonna get a character switch out of Lookiz. Gonna get the Asuka here.
Biggest Asuka player, huh? That's pretty interesting. Don't see that a lot. Can you imagine that team in like a tag game?
There are so many characters in Tekken 7 that thinking of like a tag 3, I could not imagine, like, especially obviously with Tailspin as opposed to Bound coming out of tag 2, I could not understand how teams would work.
Look at this stage, the Negan stage. This video is sick. Brings back some bad memories though. I do not ever want to be caught here.
No, these guys just watching, you know, it feels like they're ready to just beat up whoever wins, right? Or loses. Easily. Counter hit down for 1 to start.
And the floor punch. Check out the shoes. Half-life gone already. More than half-life, in fact. That was fast. Alright, fishes for that down forward 1-2 again. Nice, gets a turnaround combo. A little short of the wall though. But nice block! Didn't launch it though. And gets the parry reversal here. First round of Lookiz. Nice duck.
But the parry on the standing 4 floated with the down 4-3, but couldn't get a pickup.
It looked like Aquila wanted while standing 4 there, but he just happened to get a crouch cancel into standing 4, so it became a little too late.
Loses the wall, but still was trying to get a little pressure with the 4-4-1, but you know, reset back to neutral. Ongee Aquila again with a big life deficit here. Trying to make something happen, but counter hit didn't confirm it. Left with a spring rock. Goes with low, breaks the throw this time. Nice block on the low, but light on the punish, and the down 4 takes a second round for Lookiz.
It looks like that wall standing 4 might have just been like just a frame short. Alright, nice step there, unable to capitalize. Back 3. Punishes the Demon Cutter with a back 1.
2, trying to get some pressure going. It's always scary to pressure. Asuka walks around, but gets a weird back turn combo.
Yeah. Normally you do that combo to get the correct axis, but because you did it from back turn, you got the incorrect axis.
Oh, dash up inner strength. Can we get the wall here? Oh, the wall was way closer than I thought it was. 1, 2, 4. And the Rage Drive takes it. Ongee Aquila stays alive in this second game.
On in their mark here. On the board, while saying 3 makes up. Oh, down back 4, not that bad. Down back 3.
Hit the legs with the full crouch low.
Alright.
Trying to push towards the wall, but again, the inner strength, the Asuka 1+2, takes it into the.
Jumps out of there. Up 4-3. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Power crush.
If you do that setup correctly, that shouldn't be able to happen. So I don't think that was a true setup for the unblockable tackle.
Going for the strings here. Up forward 4-4. Finds him airborne though, so no full combo.
Again, back turn. The wall's real close. Sets up the unblockable and gets him out of the air, but didn't notice.
Alright, managed to block the 1+2 this time. No inner strength. Oh! No break on the throw here. Ongee down 3+4. Big sweep. Got extra damage. Got the red dress on. Actually got 2 red dress.
Out the rage drive, but rates up the spring kick, but the rage drive punish was too slow, and Lookiz stays alive in this set with the Asuka.
Yeah, nice little hit confirm there on the down back 1-2 right there at the very end. One of the buffs, I believe she got in season 3 or 4. Fairly recent. Big change for her. Does a nice chunk of damage. Is able to option select a lot of strings if you want to punish with 14 frames and you want to go under a high extension as well. So good
Yeah,
stuff
no,
there.
you know, at least offline, it's fairly hit controllable too. You can definitely do that down back one. You know, try to situation confirm, see if you got the hit or went under something, and then press the 2. But yeah, you saw the combo opportunity, the combo flexibility out of it. Lookiz hitting those, what is it, down back 2 with Asuka, the flip over high crush launcher. You know, that down back 1-2 gives her the ability to get combos in that situation. So very strong here, and gets in the second game. We're gonna go into the third game now. Ongee Aquila, does he stick with the Alisa, or does he bring out some of the characters that we saw in the Masters event, the Nina or the Katarina?
I feel like we might see Kat in this matchup, but Alisa was doing fine. Aquila definitely could have won that one. They had 2 rounds on the board. It took them a little while to adjust to the Asuka change, but you know, definitely not out of it with Alisa. But in a tournament setting like this, character picks do matter a lot, especially if you know your opponent is, unfamiliar with a certain matchup. So definitely not impossible to see a change.
Yeah, Katarina against Asuka wouldn't be too bad. You can throw out those that down back 4, the knee, for some combo opportunities, and if you think parry's coming out, obviously reversal's coming out, you can't reversal the knee, but nope. Gonna stick it out with the Alisa here on Domo di Sirio.
Can't wait for the stage video for this one. If we have one.
This stage actually looks real cool. Yeah, you see
Look at
everything
that.
in the background, all this elaborate stuff in the upper levels that you don't interact with at all. Like that spiral staircase, the statue.
That spiral
all the way in the
staircase
back
looks like it
there.
would take me a year to get up.
Yeah. It's like a Dark Souls boss stage, right?
I know, it's clean, dude. Is this the stage they used for that? Was it the anniversary photo? Kind of looks like it, right?
No, now that you mention it, possibly.
Alright, going right into it. Team with the Alisa versus Asuka.
Nice sidestep hop kick.
Wow, siding 1, 2, 3.
I was about to say he was getting clipped down like he wasn't previously, but you know what? Just let it go.
Let it rip. Chain calls out.
Gets it with the mid.
Round 2.
Alright, Ongee Aquila taking the lead now in the set.
Yeah, I'm tired of being bullied, tired of getting low on life early in the set.
Boom!
Dashes out the throw. Works out.
Nice stuff on the rocket punch. Mix-ups, yep. Nice throw break. Throws out that super kick.
Nice duck, but only a little bit of a punish.
I'm liking the poking hit from these two, and then the run up in their strength. You know, Lookiz was throwing out these down back 3s a bunch before, throwing out the lows. Run up mid. Oh, he can't parry those.
Did he kill here?
Gonna be a little short. Oh, what a walk! And then the back, get over there! That was sick.
Round 3.
That's like the second or third time Lookiz has gotten a really good sidewalk around Aquila when Aquila's been a little bit too aggressive post combos.
Yeah, it's surprising too, right? Because you would assume that Alisa player is going to be the one getting their opponents back, but Lukiz's movement looking pretty sharp.
Power crush.
Chainsaw
Nice
sidestep,
punish.
so strong. Gets a delayed hit. Oh,
Backdash. And then
gets
the
the
race
rage drive, and then side. Oh, cameraman! What are you doing? Break on the one throw. I feel like if you're doing damage by smashing Elisa's head into the floor, she shouldn't take that much damage because she just
Another
blows up her own
wall.
head anyway.
Another
Yep,
sidestep around the running 3. Just playing real clean right now.
Trying to hold the
No
wall pressure.
duck.
No ducks on these strings here from Aquila.
The back 3 with punish. The wall's in a weird spot though.
Alright, Aquila looking to come back right here. It's a tall order though. 34 seconds left. They have a pretty big life deficit. And this might kill with the back 3. Taking it the Asuka classic, the dragon wheel kick.
Yeah, and it seemed like that was a lot of the opportunities that Lookiz was getting with the Asuka. Just, I Aquila getting clipped, like 2-3 times with the Asuka 1+2, the back 3 at the end right there, just maybe backdash ducking a little bit or something and getting clipped, or just getting clipped out of a second backdash, anything like that. But I feel like there was a multiple situations once the Asuka came out where Lookiz was getting a lot of mileage out of those launching mids.
Yeah, Lucas's movement from about mid-screen was looking very good as well. Able to get Alisa's back that one time, able to dodge the running moves and get launchers. Played pretty tight.
Yeah, very clean movement from the. We mentioned the one player that we didn't have any real intel on, but from what we're seeing, so far 1-0 in the pool right now with that 2-1 win over Aquila. So he's looking pretty strong. But it's only the first game. He's gonna have to do 2 more. But for now, we're going to move on to the second match of the day. It's going to be Hayai Sentoki versus Shaoling.
Yeah, and from Sentoki, we've seen them play Paul and Armor King, 2 manly characters, and Shaoling playing Ling and Raven. Ling, a very slippery character.
I'm not sure. Really slippery, right? Raven's also
really
super slippery.
Yeah, Raven's movement is insane. I don't know how good Paul and Armor King are at dealing with Art of Phoenix.
I think Paul down 1 is pretty good. We used to see that, at least in NA, we used to see that matchup pretty often, like half a year to a year ago. Glaciating versus Cuddlecore. Glaciating would consistently pick Paul against Cuddle's Ling, just to deal with that. Like back 1, standing 3, back 4, all those moves pretty reliably hit AOP. If you know what you're doing, so.
Just have to be on point of looking out, knowing when the Link player is going to go into it, or we could see the Raven out the gate. Wouldn't be too surprised at that either.
Yeah, Raven is the that one sleeper pick in season 4, right? Where depending on who you pick or the region that you're looking at, either people underrate her or maybe potentially overrate her. I think she's really strong. I think she's surprisingly strong in season 4.
Well, her move list is so extensive that you have so many different ways to play her, right? So if we watch, Japan put her up pretty high on their tier list rankings, and definitely because of the player Pina doing so much work over there. And Pina plays super safe, just a lot of down back 2 while standing 2s. All right, and let's take a look at Fred Cedric,
also known as Hayai Sentoki. Fred Cedric. Favorite character, Paul Phoenix. We mentioned he was playing Paul in the Masters event. Which Tekken did you start on? Tekken Tag 2. Pretty good game. Nice. Started playing 2013, which is, right when Tekken Tag 2 came out. 8th place on the regional ranking. And which player do you respect? Nee. Pretty solid choice.
That's the safest choice you could ever make about what player you respect, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't respect Nee? What a legend. Well, no favorite food, though. Only eats Tekken. We used to say that about people that play Tekken for hours throughout the day, right? They don't eat; they just eat Tekken.
You just grind it out for hours on end, for any game, right? Obviously we're Tekken, but you just grind something out for hours on end, and then you stop, and it's man, I'm tired and I'm hungry and I want to go to bed. It's but Xiaoling here, our regional ranking 1st place. Xiaoyu and Master Raven, favorite characters, started playing in 2017 with Tekken 7, coming out on console. Nee and Arslan Ash, another safe choice right there, right, in Tekken 7. Arslan Ash as your favorite, which player you respect. Favorite food, breaded chicken.
Sounds good to me. With a strong first regional ranking here with 300 points.
Nice and even too, right? Imagine you got 299 and you just be looking at it, it would just be bothering you, right? I could have got the even 300.
It would be. I feel like it would be not impossible to get a number like that. But yeah, man, Nee and Arslan. I'm still thinking about that matchup from Nee and Arslan way back during Evo finals, man. What a match that was.
Yeah, and then when Nee went to Pakistan and played them again there. And unfortunately, Red Bull Kumite was yesterday, and Arsene was supposed to be there, but unfortunately couldn't make it last minute. I think a lot of people were looking forward to seeing another rematch between those two come about, but unfortunately, we'll have to postpone that for another day.
Gives you more to look forward to in the future.
But Xiaoling, first place, going up against number 8th place in Hayai. Like we said, Paul versus Ling. On paper, Paul can control Ling, but I said that about Law, and in the Masters Finals, Xiaoling ended up beating Skywalker's Law 2 times, both with the Ling and the Master Raven. So sometimes Theory Fighter doesn't work out, and then the Master Raven, pretty strong. People like to point to the fact that so many things that she has are like minus 14, but you mentioned Pinya playing so safe. That doesn't matter if you try to minimize the risks that you think that you have to take, right? So,
but if you don't do the minus 14 moves, there's a lot of piloting to take into effect as well, because sometimes it's more of a player-based matchup than a character-based matchup, right? Sometimes it's a whole mental game of I know that you know that I know, and so on and so forth, and that's the beauty of fighting games like Tekken.
It's just because things are supposed to play out a certain way on paper doesn't mean it does that in reality, right? You could have the character matchup knowledge, character advantage in the matchup, right? But I've learned to play around the disadvantages, right? And by playing around disadvantages, you try to create new advantages, and then that forces your opponent to adapt to you, and that's why fighting games end up being like this living, breathing thing where like tier lists at the beginning of a game's lifespan might look completely different from tier lists at the end, even without patches, just because people learn new things about how characters interact and fight one another.
Yeah, the overall natural evolution of those things. I mean, at one point during, I believe it was either FR or 7.0, I think me had Lucky Chloe as like top 5. And now
look where we are now. Right?
Now he's like, oh no, she's down there. So you never know what people are gonna, people change their minds after all this time and experience, right?
Yeah, and then what was it, like season 2 or 3, maybe even season 1, where that video of me talking about Lars was like, Lars trash. And right now, Lars got changed, he got buffed, and I would honestly say he's at least a pretty solid mid-tier character right now with all the changes that he's gotten over time. So.
Yeah, the evolution of characters like Lars have been really interesting because some characters are so different from their previous iterations, right? Meanwhile, before, Lars was like a very neutral base. He had that old down for 2 in previous games. But now, Lars is such a heavy stance-based character, which he never was before. He had the stances, but they were so risky and less rewarding than you would want.
Yeah, like just trying to learn your frame advantage so you can try to force certain frame traps by going into dynamic or silent entry and stuff like that. Horong's another one, right? That's kind of different from how he was in previous games, because in Tekken 7 he got quite a few Beck moves, right? The Flamingo forward 3, the back 1, little things like that. He's got the Flamingo hop kick now. Like little things like that changes up how you view and play the character and how the character has to play competitively.
And it's not just the character, it's the system changes overall and how the character deals with it. So now that we have things like Power Crush, and then Horong has something like Backlash, which is just a huge tool to have in your pocket compared to before when Power Crushes didn't exist, right?
Yeah. And then you have going from Bound to Tailspin, stuff like that changes how certain characters play. Like Lars, like Lars is one of the big ones that changed how he used to play. His combos were kind of weird and finicky, not. I wouldn't say finicky, but not super great until he got that new dynamic entry 3+4, and that changed the game up entirely for him in Season 4, right? His combo ability. Now he combos almost as well as like somebody like Julia. So Julia's another one. Spin changed Julia a lot compared to Bound, right? Her combo, her wall carry is so great because of how spin works for her.
Yeah, not only that, but also another system mechanic that they introduced is the grounded hitting moves that flip you over, and then you have to tech roll and eat 50-50 mix-ups, which Julia is very good at in this game. So she got her forward 4-3 changed from being a launcher to a grounded hitting move that hits and flips you over into another mix-up. Yeah, so all these changes really adding up for certain characters.
Yeah, the flip over grounded hit is a great example because in Season 1, like, only a few characters had that, and then it just became a thing where it's like, well, I guess it's really strong, so I guess we should give it to almost everybody. And over time, everybody kind of got a move that did that, even though, for better or worse, some of them are really good, some of them are kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Dragon Tail, the second hit of Dragon Tail, doing it on the wall combo and stuff. And then, wall bounce. That's another one, right? Geese was the one, when Geese came out, that back two was the only wall bounce.
One.
Yeah.
It's always funny talking to players that started in the later seasons of Tekken 7. And these are pretty, like, solid players that have played, but, because online is such a good resource now, they've improved so fast. But then I talk to them about, like, Season 1. They're like, what? It was like that? I'm like, yeah. I forget that some people weren't around for things like that, like Geese being the only one with a wall bounce.
Yeah,
wall bounce?
Slip over move. Almost nobody had a wall bounce besides Geese. And then they saw that and it was like, why don't we give that to everybody?
Yeah, they made it universal. You had to be flush with the wall before, right?
Yeah, the first version of wall bounce. Yeah.
Now you can pretty much always get it.
Yeah, Season 3, Season 2, Season 3 wall bounce was real weird because you would catch somebody on the side or on like not a full splat and they would just hit the wall and fall. And now they just bounce no matter what. It's like ping pong all over the place. So
yeah, I feel like the direction the game is going, they just want it to be a lot more explosive and exciting, which gives us more to talk about.
Yeah, and I think they just kind of wanted to, in terms of like, I think they just wanted to like level the playing field in terms of mechanics that they thought were cool and strong. So it's like, okay, this character has that, and it seems to be doing really well. So why don't we just give more characters that thing, so it doesn't, but because it's cool and interesting and stuff like that. Wall bounce, like Geese wall bounce, flip over Ongee. They saw how good it was for certain characters. So instead of nerfing it and taking away, they just tried to kind of spread the wealth, I guess is the best way to put it.
And Namco's lately has been, like, as long as I've been playing Tekken, it seemed like instead of like trying to bring certain characters down to normalize things, it's like, let's just bring everybody up. That'd be way cooler.
Yeah, because usually what happens when you end up nerfing top tier and not touching lower tier, it's just like, it ends up just like getting more boring, like in terms of like gameplay and stuff. When you nerf the cool strong things and then you just move on to like the lesser cool strong things, eventually it gets a little bit weirder. But when you give the lower tier characters cool strong things, then it becomes more interesting. And those characters, even if they kind of stay lower tier overall, they at least get some more interesting and more interesting tools to work with.
Alright, looks like we're having a little bit of a technical issue right here, trying to get these matches started up for you guys, but we will have them up as soon as possible.
Yeah, our next match was having a little bit of a communication issue, trying to connect, these players trying to connect to the match. So, gonna get, like I said, Hayai and Shaoling is the next match of Pool A. So we're just trying to get that going for you guys. The Lookiz right there with the 1-0, Ongee Aquila with the 1-0. But again, these guys, both those players have 2 more matches to play, so the standings could change completely. And by the end of Pool A, Ongee Aquila could be 2-1, and Lookiz could be like 1-2. You can't relax just because you've won your first game in this 4-man group.
And you have to keep track of scores as well. So even if you lose, but you got 1 on the board, that might make all the difference.
Games matter, that was a 2-1 game, so maybe that will matter further on down the line. So, like I said, that might matter early on with the game differentials going how it would be. You might end up having a tie, right? Like a 1-2, like 2-1 tie or anything like that. It might end up going. So those games might matter down the line. So you basically have to, if you're gonna win, you gotta win dominantly, right? 2-0, right? If you lose, you want to try and stretch that as much as possible, like 1-2 in terms of game differentials. I don't know if we're gonna be counting rounds today, but as many rounds as possible. So
basically, what you're trying to say is you're gonna want to give it your all every single match,
every single time.
Because each one of these will count towards something in the end. You never know.
And top 2 get out of the pool. Number 1 will be in our top 4 in the finals in winner's side. Number 2 will start in loser's side. So you want to try and get out in number 1, because at least then will be one final bracket. So starting in winner's side, you'll get like 2 chances to try to be our regional champion for today.
Yeah, I mean, that makes such a huge difference, right? Coming into a bracket, a fresh bracket at that, whether starting in winner's side or loser's side. 'Cause coming into winner's side, you're pretty much giving yourself an extra life. And you might just feel more comfortable there, a little less nervous. If you're in the loser side, you're like, man, if I lose one match, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the mentality you want to be having. So in the other bracket, which I'm looking forward to, I am looking forward to seeing Gargos versus Skywalker. I think that'll be interesting as well.
Yeah, Gargos was the one playing. He plays Horong, right? I believe.
Horong and Armor King.
And Skywalker, like I said, majority of the time you see Law out of him. You saw that one Negan pick at the grand finals of the online Masters event. I think that maybe was a desperation thing because at that time he was in grand finals reset down 0-2 against Shaoling. So maybe it was just like, I gotta do something, man. I gotta do something. Like, the law's not working.
Now, refresh my memory.
So.
At that point, was Shaoling playing Ling or Master Raven?
He played Ling in the first set, reset it, and then started the second set with Master Raven.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think Negan might be a pretty solid pick against Ling, right? He's got the big bad overhead moves to kind of track her a little bit, maybe even forward 2 here and there. So dealing with not having to worry about things like AOP stance and stuff like that, really important in a character matchup. Ling is a heavily matchup-based character, I feel like.
Yeah, character knowledge stuff. And the best way of just trying to deal with any stance character is just, you want to have a reliable option to take them out of the stance. So, like Ling and AOP, Eddie and Relaxed, Lei and whatever animal he's in, whatever animal stance he's in at the time. But as long as you have,
he's got the whole kingdom.
Yeah, even if it does like only a little bit of damage, like a Paul down 1 on AOP, as long as you can rely on it like 100% of the time, that takes so much off of your mental stack, right? And then when you don't have to worry about wondering if this is going to work or not, then you can put all that brain power towards the other parts of the matchup and dealing with the player and stuff. But if you're playing against a character like Ling, and at any moment you'd be like, well, I'm gonna go for this, but I don't know if it hits AOP, and I'm kind of scared right now, that just throws off your whole mental game.
Yeah, I think one of the legacy. Oh, we're going right into it. Here we go. Hayai Sentoki using Leo.
Let's go.
Already down 1 game. Now here's a character we very rarely see nowadays in Season 4, I feel like.
Yeah, well, that's a Season 4 combo right there, but didn't get the last hit, didn't crash dash deep enough for it. But Leo got some interesting changes in Season 4, even though you don't see a lot of her still. That forward 2 right there being -9 now is probably the biggest change.
Yeah, and you see there, instead of going for a jab punish like you would have before, Shaoling just went with a mid to try to mix up afterwards instead. Wow, counter hit while setting 2 right there. I really don't know what the properties are in while setting 2 in terms of like hitboxes. Sometimes it feels like she just goes under things.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like it's just hitbox related, right? Certain mids, certain highs are gonna hit her and some don't. Almost dead there.
Shaoling looking good right while setting 2. Gonna go for a little wall carrier right here. A little short. 32 seconds, down back 4.
Staying down, yeah. What are you doing?
Rage drive incoming. What a stab! Wake up, step to avoid the rage drive. The blue fist.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious what Leo's gonna try to go for in that situation. The rage drive, it hits and you die. You block it and you try to deal with the 50-50, but you step it. But
I trying to stay alive in the set right here. Quicksand. The 3, there's that down back 2-1. No throw right there.
This is all Shaoling right here, showing why he's the #1 ranked player, and the down back 2-1. Is that 13? Punishing the down forward 2?
I believe it is, because her down forward 1 is slower.
That is a really good punish. I would have expected maybe the forward 2-4, but going for the down back 2-3, perfect punish on the -13 down forward 2, and we didn't see the first match. We don't know if that's what Leo is what Hayai played from the start, but it didn't work out. Honestly, that's a matchup that in previous games I would have said Leo would have been pretty good in, but we were talking about it earlier, like, you know, the game has changed so many times, the meta has changed. So now, you know, Master Raven, I feel like, has a lot of options for dealing with Leo these days, and Leo, I don't know, like, I think the character's fine. It just feels, personally, it feels weird to play in like a
you are a
Tekken 7
Leo,
world.
or you were a Leo player, I guess, that we can say at this point. And she's gone through so many changes, right? She's moved all around the tier list throughout all these years, you know? Before she had that counter hit launching pack 1, she had the string. Alright, let's take a look at our winner right here from that previous match, Shaoling. Favorite characters, Xiaoyu and Master Raven. We just saw the Master Raven. Started playing in 2017, which means they started in Tekken 7. And which players do they respect? As we saw earlier, Knee and Arslan Ash. And showing why they were regionally ranked first with a total of 300 points. I believe they won a Masters event, right? To get those 300 points.
Yeah. First place in the online Masters event, and you know, you see Xiaoyu and Master Raven, and you think, oh, this guy's a gimmicky guy, right? But watching him play, he has a lot of character knowledge. We saw the punish on the down forward 2 from Leo, the -13. We saw the
brain
good
perfect punished.
Yeah, we saw the great presence of mind dealing with the Leo in rage, staying down, not getting up right away. It was one smart thing, and then when he did get out, he read the rage drive coming out and did the perfect sidestep right. Online, that's super scary, right? Because you mess that up, you die. That round's over. But good stuff to him. And then Lookiz, we saw earlier against Ongee Aquila. You tried doing it with the Gigas, that didn't work, and ended up cleaning it up with the Asuka. Favorite character, Geese. I don't know if we're going to see any Geese here, but another player that started with Tekken 7 here.
I like the fact that they said CBM as their favorite player. I feel like you don't hear CBM's name mentioned a lot in these type of conversations, even though he's clearly a great player, you know, but you don't often hear him as someone's favorite player, which I think is surprising almost, because he uses so many characters so well.
Yeah, and I think you know, Vanilla Jin gets a little bit of a bad rap in Tekken 7 because a lot of people find, you know, I think the way that CBM approached that character, especially in Season 1, you saw how strong the forward 4 was and how good he was at using it. And then I think a lot of people, it was like Jack, right? Jack using Jackhammer forward 1 in Season 1. Like, you saw it so much that you just got tired of it, right? But I think that, you know, Vanilla Jin has a lot of cool things that he can do in Season 4 now, where I think, you know, that character's pretty cool, honestly. You know,
like
it's not just forward 4
Jin
anymore. Yeah.
I like seeing Jin a lot in high-level competitive play. I hate playing against a good Jin player. I'm like, dude, I can't get away from
sure.
Yeah. A good Jin player that knows how to control the hook fist and the forward 4 and knows when to bring out the sweep, the crouch dash 4, LLRK. It's so frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, and then you're worried about getting counter hits, so you're getting chopped down by some down back 4s and some down 4s, and then you want to pressure up close, and then all of a sudden you get counter hit with the homing standing 4 into a full combo, like stuff like that. So, you know, definitely, yeah, like, I think you put it the best way. I like watching it, but then a good Jin player makes me like tear my hair out. So.
Yeah, I played against Junior's Jin the other day. I was like, this character is annoying. And then I forgot they buffed Jin's down 4 to be -12 on block now. When did they do that? This too. Alright, looks like we're still trying to get some matches set up for you guys. Stay tuned with us. You know, there's a lot of full action coming in.
Yeah, those two matches were round 1 of Group A, so we're gonna go into round 2 now. I mentioned we saw Shaoling versus Lookiz. That will be our first match of round 2. And then the other side we'll have Ongee Aquila versus Hayai. So, you know, obviously this match order was predetermined ahead of time. But basically our round 2 is going to be both our players with 1 win going, and then both our players with 1 loss going up against each other.
Yeah, right now Lookiz and Shaoling looking pretty good together. With 1 win each. Ongee Aquila and Hayai Sentoki struggling a little bit to get started, but you know, it's still early. It is a round robin format, so we have more matches coming up.
Yeah, the match between Shaoling and Lookiz is going to be super important because I think, you know, in a pool of 4 people, I think getting that two, one of these players is going to have a 2-0, right? So even if you go 2-1 overall, you're still you're probably still at worst going to get out in losers, right? Worst case scenario, you get it on loser side. So getting that 2-1 in this round robin, you know, it's still early for me. My brain is not waking up. I don't want to do all the math in my head. But I want to say, whoever wins this matchup between these two almost guarantees them at least a loser's side spot in our top 4.
Right, and you know, even though obviously you want to come out in the winner's side, getting out on the loser's side is still getting out, right? You're still in a better position than someone else is going to be in, because someone else is just not making it out.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, on the other side of things, our second match of round 2 between Aquila and Hayai, whoever loses that is almost, I want to say, is almost guaranteed to not make it into our top 4. So at that point, you're just trying to play spoiler, right? If you're 0-2, you're kind of like, well, I probably can't make it out, but I still want to beat this guy's butt. I want to show at least that I'm going to end up at least with 1 win out of this group, right? You don't want to go 0-3, right? At least you want to do a little bit. You want to show off a little bit. But we're going to get into our match between Shaoling and Lookiz. Lookiz going with the Asuka that we saw against Aquila. And Shaoling, this is going to be our first time seeing this Ling Xiaoyu.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Ling is another one of those characters. Alright, look at this G-Corp helipad day.
I don't know what you mean.
I like
by
this
one
view.
of those characters.
One of those characters that is just quite slippery.
I thought you meant one of those characters that's changed a lot over the course of Tekken 7, because that's another
That's
character.
also
like,
true.
Super good in Season 1, you kind of didn't see her at all in Season 2, started seeing a little bit of her in Season 3 again, and now in Season 4 I think she's back in the meta depending on the region that you're in.
Alright, both players trying to get started out here, feeling each other out. Alright, throwing out those standing forwards, fishing for a counter hit. Plus frame.
Plus frames into the inner strike. I don't know what Shaoling tried to do there.
Oh, full charge AOP under, that was sick.
That was super sick in the first round. But clean with punish, that's also real sick.
Nice down 4-2, doesn't get the delayed last hit. Probably tried to delay it too much. Alright.
Ooh, just let it go and caught him looking. Lookiz takes the first round there. Trade.
Alright, trade right here. Running 3 blocked. Dash up inner strength has been the key tool for Lookiz, it seems.
Yeah, why not, right? Safe mid launchers while standing 3. Lookiz being super tricky on his own with this Asuka.
Right to the wall.
Flip
Nice
over.
flip over. That's that flip over Ongee situation we were talking about earlier.
It's the combo, gonna spike down. Avoids the little float pickup.
Yeah, got the rage now, but spent it right away. Wasn't even. Oh no! Punish! Right, standing 3 didn't have enough range, but still got the round.
I like the idea. Wanted to make that, you know, that one button no think with punish, but in that situation was just out of range, but still managed to get the second round. And that's our first rage art of the day so far.
How does Ling punish back 3?
Back 3? I'm not even sure that she can. It's not like she has another inner strength. It's not like Ling has a lot of long range tools for that kind of move.
Oh, got her in the back. Ling's spine was broken. Oh my damage here, right here. Side wall. Gonna get the break. Oh, doesn't get it. Both in rage though.
Oh, what a reversal on the third hit of that string.
Fight.
Alright, avoids up forward 3. Here's that new move from Xiaoyu. Down back 2, I believe it is. Low that leaves her in the back turn.
And then
the thing about the thing about Ling is she has so many options when she's back turn. So even when you block it, you're kind of in a mix-up unless you have a nice knee, elbow, or shoulder.
Yeah, the thing about Ling when she's in back turn or mistrust, she has a parry. It doesn't give her anything free, but it comes out on frame 1. So she has like, if you block that down back too, like you said, she knows that you're gonna do a wall standing move. She can parry it. Runs into the launcher, Storming Flower, Ender, nice block.
Spends the rage drive. Nice duck under the leg cutter combo.
Yeah, Lookiz had to do a lot of work to try to get that round, so no shame in losing it there. But final round, game 1 between these two.
Oh, no, whiff punish. Takes the, goes low instead. Wake up. While standing 4. Oh, run up sweep, but too far to get the while standing 4 conversion. All
back 3.
That's gonna get to him. Still a decent chunk of damage right here. Doesn't block a second of the string. Gets wall splat. Is that gonna kill?
It's 100% gonna kill.
Really kill. 100%.
Even with the wall splat damage reduction in Season 4, it was like first hit into Rage Art, it was going to do a chunk of damage. And unfortunately, you know, Lookiz got that back 3 and got to that wall, but the side wall splat kind of screwed things up for him, and he ended up cornering himself. And then Shaoling just using that situation, got him with the wall standing 1-4, 1-3, I forget exactly what that new wall standing move is, and then got him with the Storming Flower wall splat, and it was over from there.
Yeah, Storming Flowers does a chunk of damage. Not the quickest move, but fast enough to punish with. And, you know, you get that wall splat, easy peasy, hit R1, hit the Rage Art button. You know, good stuff there.
But there was a lot of good stuff from, even though he lost the first game, there's a lot of cool, good stuff out of Lookiz right there. He was still getting a lot of the back 3s and the 1+2s from Asuka. He's really good. There was only one moment I was in the set where he kind of rushed in recklessly and ended up getting launched by Xiaoling. But before that, he did a really good job of kind of like just like empty dashing in Xiaoling's face, not committing to a button right away, trying to force something out of Xiaoling. So really good patience from the Asuka so far. He, you know, did the attack reversal on the 3rd hit of that Xiaoyu string, the forward 2 string. So really good knowledge, really good information right here. So not out of it right now. I wanna see if he's gonna stick with the Asuka here.
Yeah, game 1 was definitely very competitive. It went to final round. There was good stuff there from both sides, but you know, there's only one winner and one loser.
We mentioned before, this might be, you know, the determining factor. Like whoever goes up 2-0 in this group right now will probably guarantee them a spot, at least in loser side. So this game matters a lot.
Yeah, important game for the round robin bracket overall. It looks like they were pretty comfortable playing each other from what I saw. They definitely had the character matchup as well. AOP surprisingly did not play too much of a factor. It was definitely there. There was that one time Shaoling AOP'd underneath the string. That was sick.
It was the unblockable, right? He tried to set him up for the unblockable against the wall, and he AOP'd underneath it. That was like the first or second round, and it was like,
yeah,
whoa.
that was early on.
Yeah, so
yeah, looking forward to seeing more things like that.
Lots of great character knowledge on both sides.
Now, do you think we might see a character switch?
No, like we mentioned, this is the first time either of us is seeing Lookiz play. So you know, we saw the Gigas. I don't think Gigas is that great against Ling, and I think he might even be worse against Raven. Well, you know, in Japan we see a lot of Hazare Metal versus Pinya, at least in the earlier seasons of ICFC Asia. That would be a common matchup, but it's weird. So
I feel like Gigas might be surprisingly okay at dealing with Ling as long as you're willing to be very patient.
Yeah, and block a lot, right?
I mean, but as a Gigas player, you kind of do that anyway.
You kind of, you're forced to, right?
Yeah, the game just kind of forces you to. So you kind of play this slow, steady, like wait your turn. I've definitely heard playing against Gigas being called kind of playing like turn-based RPG Tekken.
Yeah, you just kind of have to know where you can attack. You got to know, especially playing with Gigas, you got to know where you can fit in those jabs to try to take your pressure back. You know, standing jab or crouch jab. And then that 13 frame down forward 3, you know, like just trying to fish out that counter hit down forward 3, 1+2, go for that, get that little mini combo starter going. So
yeah, and then Gigas also has that big hammer fist launcher right down 2.
Yeah,
which I feel like will probably hit AOP. I don't know about like side step right AOP, side step right AOP down. You know, there's many options that Ling has from that stance.
Yeah, and then the other side of it is that, you know, like if Ling blocks it, you know, she can just press 3 and go for a full combo because it is minus 14. We're getting into our second game. We're talking a lot about this Gigas. I think we're gonna still see the Asuka. So. Yep, there we go. Mishima Dojo though is the stage that Lookiz wants to put the second game on.
I like the stage a lot when I play in tournaments. It's a little small, but it's mostly square. There's just one little weird corner that you can see in the portrait there that gets a little iffy. You can see it's kind of an octagon shape a little bit.
Yeah.
But look at this moonlighting.
They never fixed it after, Devil Jim broke out of it at the end of Tekken 4, and then all the Jacks came in and blew it up. I'm surprised it looks so good after the Jacks blew it up.
They fixed it. They just didn't fix. Like they cleaned the place up. But they didn't fix the wall.
Heihachi was like, no. That's now a big window. Another good walk around the running slide. Nice dash block on the Ling launcher. Gets his punish.
Alright. Is Shaoling willing to play the mix-up on that back 4 string, you know? There's the third hit that is launch punishable, but the second hit is at least jab punishable.
Oh, finally lets the sidestep 3 whiff. He was kind of like baiting it a couple of times in the first game, and Lookiz made no effort to try to fuzzy duck it. So I think this time he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna let it rip. Or he might be pissed about getting hit by the Asuka.
What a low parry here, but there's only 9 seconds left. Gets the reset.
Into the damage here. I'm surprised
you should
Shaoling got up.
Eats the floor punches 1 second. Just backdash away.
I feel like I want to say if Shaoling had stayed down for the majority of those seconds, he would have won by time over. Because that reset combo from Asuka was not going to be doing a lot of damage.
Counter hit.
Shaoling doing a good job trying to space out, fishing with these 4-4-3s.
Oh, no conversion there.
A lot of swinging, not a lot of connecting. Nice hit confirm on the AOP 1-2.
Lookiz being pretty patient right here. Shaoling trying to go in and pressure. Nice counter hit. The mistrust is blocked. Blocked it from Lookiz.
Still gets a combo even though it was a floater.
Mix up nice AOP under again. Nice reaction there from Shaoling.
Round 3. Fight.
Yeah, Shaoling doing a really good job. He's playing like he's playing like a wall with this lane. Like just kind of spacing out mid-screen with these 4-4-3s and then waiting for a big whiff punish to try to launch with the down 4-2-1. Making it really difficult for Lookiz to try to get in, but forces the issue finally with the dash up 1+2.
Drops the run up 2-3 combo. I did a grip. Oh,
Another
one more time. Yeah, you know it was coming. You know it.
Stand there, and then the jab. Wow.
Round 4. Fight.
He just stared him down. He knew he didn't have to do anything big. So the back turn sweep hits. And again, it's really hard for Lookiz to get in on this lane.
Look at that beautiful whiff punish. Corner
but
pressure.
Reversal gets the
No
wall
chicken.
Then the AOP under the 1+2. Lookiz getting a little desperate here.
Lookiz trying to get in. Just trying to get anything started right here. Has a small life lead.
Nice low parry
Nice
though.
low parry. That's exactly what Lookiz needed.
Again with the side wall split though. Misses the forward 2.
They kind of buffed it to try to make it more consistent, but that was very far when it connected. Rage drive maybe? Or rage art? Nope, going for setup. 13 seconds. Oh, no conversion. Down 4. Who's going to take it? The wild standing 4 from Shaoling takes it over Lookiz.
Yeah, wasn't ready for the wall setting, the running 3 to hit, so he just kept autopiloting with his offense. He whiffed the AOP forward 4, and then there was that scramble at the end, that wall setting forward just a little bit faster than whatever Lookiz was about to do. And, little slow paced, but Shaoling slow and steady takes that second game, and 2-0 over Lookiz, and 2-0 in the group right now.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I felt like Lookiz was doing very well at the beginning. He had that big comeback with the combo reset into unblockable. But in the end, Shaoling just managed to clutch it out.
Yeah, and like I said, well, I was talking before about his characters. You would think with the Xiaoyu and the Master Raven, you would expect a little bit more of a gimmicky character, but Shaoling plays very careful and measured and, very smart. Like, besides that one sidestep 3, it was pretty much like kind of basic Tekken things. He used AOP very intelligently to go under that Asuka forward 3 unblockable like twice. He kind of got hooked up on the 1+2 that one time. But you play Ling, you kind of gotta get hooked up with AOP sometimes. But besides that, clean turtling, clean spacing, good whiff punishing, good conversions and stuff like that. And he's showing why he is the #1 ranked player in this region.
Yeah, defense-wise, I think what was really hurting Shaoling in the beginning was eating all these run-up inner strengths, run-up 1+2 with Asuka. And I think once Shaoling realized, hey, I gotta stop getting launched by these, and ended up blocking a lot of them. And after that, I think that's when Lookiz really started struggling, trying to open up Shaoling's defense.
We're gonna go into our second game of round 2. Ongee, Aquila, you see right here. Favorite character, Nina, starting with Tekken 5. Started playing, like I said before, I'm assuming started playing competitively is what he answered here with 2018. We saw him against Lookiz earlier with the Alisa. Even though I previously had seen him playing Nina and Katarina, he is going to be going up against Hayai, who we saw up against Shaoling playing. Who was Hayai playing? Damn, it's already too late. It's already too late for me. My mind is already failing me.
I don't have we seen Hayai play it?
We saw him playing the Leo.
Ooh, that was Leo, right? Yeah, that's why we forgot because it was Leo. And
Yeah.
it was just one quick match.
Yeah, we only saw
Right.
the second game between those two. You see right here, Fred Cedric, otherwise known as Hayai Sentoki. Tekken 2 baby. Favorite player, player do you respect, me. And favorite character, Paul Phoenix. We didn't see the Paul in that second game, but again, we didn't have a chance to see the first game, so we don't know if he tried to play the Paul against Master Raven and ended up just losing. But
That's not too surprising though. A Paul player that also likes playing Leo. Two characters that kind of... Leo used to feel like a powerhouse character, not so much anymore.
But both these guys currently 0-1 in the pool, so this is important for a different reason than the previous game was. If you go 0-2, you probably have lost all chances of getting out. So you want to at least get that 1-1 going into the third round, your final game in round 3, to at least potentially finish 1-2, or even have a chance to finish 2-1.
Yeah, definitely. You want these numbers to be, in your favor. You got to play around the formula a little bit, right?
Yeah. And again, this is round robin, and top 2 end up in our final 4. We'll be seeing Pool B matches in just a little bit later today. So, top player gets out in winner's side, second place player gets out in loser's side. So, a lot of these games, each of these games still has a lot of significance here.
Yeah, of course, man. You're not gonna want to give an inch, no matter what. And it can be a little draining because when you're playing in a round robin, you're constantly playing different tournament matches, right? So,
round robin, especially when it's like a larger pool of players. Like 4, not too bad in terms of draining, in terms of mental drain. But I know Europe, Damage Germany. Europe used to have a lot of round robin tournaments, and then Damage Germany was the last one for a long time that would still do round robin pools. And I haven't been to one before. I would love to attend one in the future, but round robin pools seems so tiring.
Oh, but over here from Aquila, we're seeing Lidia Sobieska. We did not see her on the character roster. That is my type of pick.
Yeah, let's get some meta picks in here right now. Lidia, the latest DLC character, pretty strong on release, ended up getting nerfed a little bit in later patches, and now pretty okay. I'd say maybe just below top tier, maybe a little bit worse depending on who you talk to. I don't know. I feel like
maybe even a little bit better depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, I feel like this character's placing is still a little bit up in the air depending on the region that you're looking at and the players that you talk to.
All right, we're back in Twilight Conflict on our way to Mishima Lake City. This city has seen better days.
Yeah, if you were watching Red Bull Kumite yesterday, you would have seen a bit of Lidia out of Book from Thailand. Did Gen play any Lidia yesterday? I don't remember. Or was he just fucking around the whole way?
I think he used Lidia once.
So yeah, you have two of the best players in the world deciding this character is worth their time, so I think that puts a good case into how strong this character can be. But the hop kick right out of the back sway mix-up, get out my face, getting the wall carry, little punish there, and the double down
one
takes the first round.
Round 2.
Two Karate Master characters here.
Fight.
I always thought it'd be so sick if they had like a tag throw. If we ever see a tag game with these two characters.
Keep talking about another tag game.
Well, I'm just saying, they both go oos. Oos. It's tight. Alright, no
Lots
confirm there on the political storm.
Yeah, that move is still so difficult to read because, you know, when you block, when it hits, it does 2 hits, but when it gets blocked, it only does the first hit. So your brain kind of takes a second to realize what you actually did. Are we gonna go for it? No, just a regular arm grab. Oh, but breaks it, reverses it. I know judo.
Mm-hmm. Aye, no punish there on the running one. Well, bringing out the silly strings. Kitchen sink.
Nice
duck. Mm-hmm.
Almost thought that wall semi punish was a little late, but no. Misses the wall carry though.
Yeah, looks like Aquila thought they were closer to the wall than they actually were. 5 seconds left though. Can Aquila do with it? Here's a rage drive. Second hit doesn't go for the guard break. Went for the launching mid instead.
Round 3.
Yeah, and it is online, so it's a little bit harder to react, but I feel like in general, gets the back. Whoa, jumps away. Okay, creative defense. Blocking. Oh, didn't believe he was gonna finish it, but a nice low parry, but no combo.
Mm-hmm. Probably would have been better off just blocking that low. It's, you know, heavily punishable, but better than getting hit with it.
Aquila being a little bit risky with his choice of offense, letting the 1-2-2s fly without trying to hit confirm, but it works out right there, gets the second round, and 1 round away from taking the first game here.
Fight.
Yeah, we'd see there, right there earlier, Aquila also got hit out of the red tape, the down back 3 sweep, so definitely willing to take these risks.
Little parry?
With the parry.
I think she can get a little mini combo when she's that close to the wall, right? With the forward roll +2 string right there, but let's finish it. It's -14 right there.
Talking about political?
Yeah.
It's -15.
-15 at the end, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they nerfed it. It used to be 14. Oh, this is where Lidia kind of struggles, is long-range punishment for moves with pushback like that. But it doesn't matter. The down 4-2 takes it for Aquila. The Lidia pick working out right now.
Yeah, being super aggressive, but knowing what he had to do. You know, we saw a lot of we saw down back 2s. I really noticed that he knows what the annoying stuff with Lidia does, because he was doing a lot of forward 1+2, and that move is really annoying to deal with if players know how to, sometimes I'm gonna do 2 hits, sometimes I'm gonna do 3 hits, sometimes I'm gonna finish the whole string. So you never know when you can actually press on that string, because you don't know when they're gonna stop hitting the buttons.
The thing with the string is, it's super scary. It controls the game at mid-range. However, the first 4 hits, I believe, jail, so you can always attempt to punish it. It's just really, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. But, you kind of try to mash your 10-frame punish in there. But you do have to be wary of the last hit. The last hit is the one that doesn't jail. But the last hit is not punishable. So.
That's the thing, right? So at the best case scenario, it's like, do they finish it or not? And the whole time, otherwise, you're just gonna be mashing your 10 frame.
It's also scary because, if you're trying to whiff punish it as well, sometimes if you're not on point, she just hits you out of your whiff punish attempt.
Yeah. So good, like you said, of controlling that mid space. It's really one of those moves where as long as you're not finishing the last hit, it's kind of just like, it's like one of those time waster moves. Like, just do it, right? Like a Razor Rush, Lars down back 2-1, stuff like that. Like, it's just like, no, I don't really know what to do in this mid range. I'm gonna do some 4-1+2 a little bit.
Alright, we're going to a smaller stage now. We're going to Souk. Nice little train floating in the back there in the marketplace. Every time I see this stage, I think of in the story mode. There's a scene where you play as Lars,
and you're just gunning dudes
shoot
down.
a gun. Yeah, you're just shooting people. You're just rolling around shooting people.
Story mode I still remember, just gunning people down with Lars.
Right.
Like, why does Lars have a gun? You can probably just fight all these dudes straight up.
Alright, Hayai taking a quick lead here. 10 seconds left. Nice 4-4-2-1. Little mini wall combo there. Not that bad.
Minus 10, yeah. And that one's 11, I think? 1, 2, 2?
10 or 11, yeah, definitely not 12. Alright, got the rage now. Probably gonna burn the raid drive, I suspect. Threatens with the political storm, but gets right after with the down forward 1 from Hayai.
Yeah, didn't even give him a chance to throw out the rage drive there. I want to say the way Hayai's been approaching this matchup definitely seems like unfamiliarity with what Lidia can do.
Lidia's one of those characters, right? She's just like kind of flailing around all over the place, so if you're not comfortable with it, it can be pretty hard to deal with. But so instead, maybe the idea is go on the offensive, so you don't have to guess.
Backdashes the red tape. A little late on the punish. And then again, the hop kick's so hard to, so hard for your brain to react to what you just blocked because it's only one hit on block.
Yeah, it's a quick hit, and if you're not familiar with it, nice block on the Demolition Man there.
Round 3. Fight.
Right, Hayai trying to go on the offensive right here. Block on the political storm, but then runs into the hop kick. Gonna get him to the wall, or the truck, or the melons.
Does a chunk with that wall combo stream.
Goose in the down forward 2. That's what we need to see more of. Let those rip. Tries to mix up the high with the mid there. Once again, no punish on 1, 2, 2.
Yeah,
Might
it's
just be character
basically
unfamiliarity.
Aquila just basically using forward 1+2 and 1, 2, 2 as if they were completely safe.
I mean, if your enemy's not punishing it,
Yeah.
it's technically safe, right?
Yeah, it's not Aquila's fault that Hayai doesn't seem to know how to deal with this character, right?
Nice guard break into the political storm right there. Dancing around, going to stances.
Again,
Another
no
one.
duck.
Could have got the forward 2-4 there into a wall spot, but no throw break. That's gonna splat maybe? Oh no,
Nope.
we're a little
That
far.
angle.
But down 1 into down forward 1-3. No punish. Paul can definitely get a shoulder or a back 1-2.
Perfect.
And the step around the blue death fist.
You win.
Yeah, clean step on the death fist right there, and that little down 3 at the end, just that little extra down, a bit of damage right there. And Aquila is gonna stay alive in this group with that win. He's now 1-1. Hayai, unfortunately, 0-2. Most likely going to be not qualifying into the final 4, but maybe he has a chance to still play spoiler later on in the 3rd round.
Yeah, it's not quite over yet.
What you
But
see
be
right
sure to-
here. Go ahead.
Be sure to follow everyone at these following channels: Twitter, the Bandai Namco esports, and the YouTube as well. You're already here on the Twitch channel. Don't forget there's also a Facebook page, and follow twitter.com/Tekken as well.
All of the it's really cool that ever since we've had the TWT, and now obviously because of the COVID pandemic, we've transferred into the Tekken Online Challenge. But that Bandai Namco esports channel on YouTube, just gathering all the top 8s, all of the grand finals from all the events we've had for the TWT ever since they created it. I think it went up in like 2018, 2019 when they started really compiling it, just having that hub for all of the great TWT action over the years. It's now slowly becoming like this archive now where you can try and go back and look at the old finals and stuff. Like if you wanted to watch like Combo Breaker, Anakin versus Knee, you can watch that match now. Like all that stuff is now being preserved, when in previous years and previous Tekken you just had to like trust that individual people had matches recorded from different tournaments and stuff. So it's really cool. Follow them on Twitter, follow the YouTube channel if you want to check out all of these matches today and matches from past and future events.
Yeah, for sure. Now you don't have to rely on these content vultures and so on and so forth, right? You can go through the official channels.
Yeah, so while you guys are following all those channels, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to finish off the rest of these Pool A matches. So stay tuned.
Why do Nina and Anna hate each other? I think one's a better assassin than the other, right?
Who do you think is better?
I honestly think Nina's better.
Why? Okay, before we answer the question why they hate each other, why are you hating on Anna?
Look, I just think Anna rubs it in. Nina, she's trying too hard. Nina's just trying to live out here. And I feel like Anna is the one who goes out of our way to mess with Nina. Like that's just my perception of it. I could be wrong. And that to me, I feel like that just means Nina is more about her business. You know how I know she's about her business? Because she had a whole nother game outside of the fighting genre to let people know that she's about killing people.
Death by degrees. Okay. Interesting reasoning. All right, so you're using accolades. So this is my personal take on why they hate each other. So Nina, she succeeded her father in being an assassin.
Okay.
For the country. He died, and Anna felt that it was Nina's fault that she died. Obviously, they had that confrontation in front of his grave. They ended up slapping each other. They slap each other every single game, right?
Slap.
They even have special slaps in the game. Yeah.
Slaps. How can she slap? Go on.
So, that being said, Anna has always taken it very personally to not only go above and beyond her sister, but also be that person to be in her way. She has always been trying to block or stop her from doing her job. So Nina was put in, after Kazuya captured her, Kazuya's version of the Mishima Zawachu captured her, put her into cryo sleep between Tekken 2 and Tekken 3. Anna voluntarily put herself into cryo sleep just so she could come out the same time to battle Nina when she came back out. That's crazy to me.
That's real rivalry right there.
Like Nina's out of the picture and you're like, you know, let sleeping dogs lie. Like, you know what? Let them do their thing. She was like, nah, freeze me too so I can beat her up when I get out.
You say she did what?
That's why I think.
Put me in the tube.
That's why I think
I want to go in
better.
the tube.
That's
why you think Anna's better? That's pettiness.
She doesn't need to be an assassin. She's just being an ass. And I like that.
I don't like that. That's why I said Nina's
the
better.
end. Oh.
That's why I said Nina's better. She's just trying to live out here.
We're going to have to agree to disagree here. But I think that's why they hate each other. Obviously, it stems back. It's a family thing. You know, family things are very complicated. I don't want to really say who's right and who's wrong, but I'll just say who's better, and I think it's Anna.
What?
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Shoutouts to Tasty Steve and Markman. But we are back here with the Tekken Online Challenge 2021, West Africa edition.
Who do you think is better?
What do you mean by better? Like, who's a better assassin? Because I think Nina's an awful assassin. Nina has never succeeded in the Tekken series at killing her target.
I mean,
have you ever realized that?
Who do you think is the better sister? You can take whatever criteria that you want.
Well, now you're saying better sister, so you're saying like who's better at being a sister? Because I think they're both awful sisters.
I mean, I think most sisters end up being pretty petty to each other in general, but it's like, I think I'm gonna side.
I feel like
with,
you're an Anna fan.
I'm gonna side with my fellow Steve and say Nina is the better one.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably go Nina.
All right, so now between North American Tekken commentators, it is now 3-1, Nina versus Anna. So just keep track there. So, welcome guys back to the Tekken Online Challenge 2021 West Africa Regional Finals. We just had the first 2 rounds of Pool A going on. Hope you guys have been enjoying us. We've seen Shaoling, Ongee, Aquila, Lookiz, and Hayai, Sentoki play these first sets of matches. We got one more round to go. Hope you guys have been enjoying the matches so far. I know there've been connection issues and delays here. You know, we've just been trying to deal with it the best that we can. So I hope you guys can be understanding and stick with us for the long haul, because the matches, you know, once the matches get going, they've been really entertaining and pretty good.
Yeah, they'll start flowing in. You start seeing some moves, some mashing, some button pressing, some blocking. I like it.
But, you know, lift your eyes just with your ears. Check out Astro, the official headset and mix amp of the Tekken Online Challenge 2021. We're rocking some headsets too. Thanks for Astro for powering the Tekken Online Challenge this year. Much love as always. But, again, we've had our first 2 rounds. We have one more round of this round robin here. You see the standings for Pool A. Shaoling, our number 1 ranked competitor for the region, 2-0 in the pool. Not a huge surprise Lookiz, Ongee, Aquila, both 1-1, and Hayai Sentoki at the bottom right there, 0-2. Like I said, unfortunately, probably does not have a chance of getting out of the pool because only top 2 gets out, but maybe he can play a little bit of spoilers here, maybe, because he's going to be going up against Lookiz here, so maybe he can put Lookiz down 1-2, see Hayai right there, Fred Cedric, Tekken Tag 2 guy, we saw him playing just now with the Paul Phoenix, we saw him earlier against Shaoling with the Leo, was struggling a bit against the Lidia. We'll see if he can end the pool with at least 1 win to his name.
Yeah, it seemed a little unfamiliar with the Lidia matchup. Lidia being the newest character added to the roster, right? It's not impossible, but also here we have Lookiz, favorite character being Geese Howard, who we still haven't seen, that they started playing in 2019 in Tekken 7. CBM fan, Cherry Berry Mango, shoutouts to him. Now,
Yeah,
Lookiz, what characters have we seen with Lookiz so far?
We saw the Gigas in the very first game, and then it's been Asuka the whole way through after that. So
yeah, the Asuka was looking solid, playing, the movement was good, back threes and clutch moments, run up, inner strength, launching.
Yeah, even though he lost to Xiaoling, it was still a pretty competitive match, and he had his moments there. But we're going to see if he can end the group 2-1 against Hayai. Getting a win right here is super important for him. 2-1 potential tie with Shaoling, assuming Shaoling loses his last match. If he doesn't, he puts himself in a strong spot to be 2-1, potential second place in the group overall. So yeah, has to win. This is a must-win situation for him. Hayai, we said before, probably no chance of going here, but he can still play spoiler for his Ivory Coast bet brethren, him from the Ivory Coast along with Shaoling. So we'll see how this goes here. Something, just because you can't qualify doesn't mean you can't still try your best. And it's like when you're playing games with your friends and you don't have a chance to win. We call it, at least I call it, it's called being kingmaker, right?
Is that what you call it? I call it being a jerk. You're here not to win, but to make someone else lose.
Yeah.
Which is definitely the role that Hayai is playing right now. Hayai can't win, but Hayai can definitely make someone else lose.
Yeah, and
which would be sick.
Lookiz going with the Gigas again. We saw this in the very first game of the day. It didn't work out against Ongee Aquila, and he ended up switching to Asuka, but it's showing up again against Hayai's Leo. And honestly, as long as you can block against Leo pretty well, this is not a bad choice right here, because that Gigas 1-2 against a Leo down 4-2 does a grip. And then if you block QCF1 out of Leo, you punish with while standing 4-2, and that does a grip as well.
Nice 4-2-2 to punish that down too. Ready for that. There's that stance sweep. Got Gigas in the back. Nice 2-1 punish. Going with the stance mix up, that's gonna kill. Nice stuff here from Hayai.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what Gigas can do against back 1-4 pressure. Most characters can sidestep it, or maybe they have a backswing blow type move to get around it, but Dubs
what a
sidestep
call out.
too.
Gonna get a spin here? Oh no, drop the combo.
It doesn't break the throw, this does a grip!
Yeah, once you hit that wall, it adds so much damage.
Round 3.
Alright, 1 round apiece. Alright, 1-2 low string.
Sidestep what's right here, what do we do here? Finish the string.
Oh, he whipped. Gonna get launched for a big 1-2. 35 damage jab. Duck. Oh no, got hit with the third hit, yeah. There's a mix up.
And that down back 2 only -14. Well, I say only, but Leo only really going to be able to get that while setting 4 1+2. The sweep gets the free damage afterward, but Lookiz fighting back.
It is looking pretty solid with the Gigas now, even though Hayai started out so strong.
Nice reaction on the BOK transition from Hayai. He tried to whip punish it right away.
Toe kick, get out of dodge. But we're still in dodge because we still got our back to the wall. Here's that 1-2-4 string has been doing work for Hayai, and then the forward 4-2, it's safe anyway. Hold both punches to get the key charge after. A little bit of a pop off.
Counter
the
hit,
big
down back
counter.
3.
A little short of the wall here, still did a grip. Here's the mix up. What are you gonna do? Into the
Delayed
mid.
punch. Yeah, he was
Super delayed mid. Alright, Hayai in a bad spot now, even though they started off so strong. Got the counter hit forward 4 there. Could have had a full combo, but didn't do the correct follow-up, and Lookiz takes it 3 rounds to 2.
Yeah, tried to force the issue right there, last desperate chance from Hayai with the wall standing too. But I said it before at the beginning, you know, that Gigas 1-2 super good and consistent at punishing almost all of Leo's launchers. And Lookiz pretty good reactions on a lot of the Leo stuff, at least in neutral. He got clipped with the the K&K 3-4 and the K&K sweep early on, but that one time when Hayai tried to BOK transition from mid-screen, he was ready right there with the down 2. You know, he only got an air hit because Hayai went for the BOK 3, the jumping homing move, but still, he was ready for it.
Yeah, I still saw good stuff from Hayai because every time they blocked down 2 from Gigas, Hayai did the perfect 14-frame punish with a forward 2-2, but it just wasn't enough. After a while, after Gigas started getting those counter hits and then, started mixing up the strings and stuff, it looked like it got harder for them to deal with.
Yeah, that forward 2-2 is a pretty good punish, good range, good damage and stuff, but compared to like if we were talking about the potential of playing Gigas against Shaoling, it's no Ling standing 3. It's not a launcher, right? So big damage potential if he hits the down 2, but if he doesn't, not a big deal. And now Hayai going with the Armor King. This was the other character I saw him playing in the online Masters event along with the Pulse. I was kind of surprised when he brought out the Leo today. So we'll see if what the Armor King can do against Lucas's Gigas.
Look at this artwork. This stage is on fire, dude. There's lava pouring everywhere. I'm getting hot just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like you have to be a certain type of crazy to be willing to fight a dude in a volcano. And normally that just meant you were a Mishima in previous Tekken games, but now it seems like everybody's cool with fighting at the volcano.
Alright. Yeah, starting out strong. Low blow, the clotheslines, Armor King classics, down back 2 into the 1+2 throw, no break. Running 1 blocked, doesn't fall for the frame trap. Down back 3, oh, the counter hit low blow, but that doesn't work on big characters with tiny heads.
Yeah, that is a hitbox issue with big characters like you mentioned, like Jack, Ram, Marduk, and Gigas, like you just said, that combo will fail.
I don't know what you have to do. I think maybe down 3+4 or while standing 4.
Yeah, probably alley kick, down 3+4 1. Little combo here. And then just run up down 2. I knew you were gonna duck, so it's gonna hit 100%. And then, wow!
Frame trap right into 1-2.
The Goliath 2 into the 1-2?
Now, if Hayai had blocked that and launched it, he might have taken the round, but, he did it. Oh, 1-2 out of the air. Get out of my airspace.
I think it's only going there. Breaks the tombstone.
Or 2. Going for the down back 2 makes up because doesn't bite.
Wow!
These town 2s are finding their mark. Bang, bang, boom. No exceptions. Oh, what a hop kick, but drops the combo. No, not like this.
That was like a max range hop kick.
Trade, counter hit trade, Tekken 7 exclusive.
Round 4. Fight.
Now Hayai 1 round away from taking a game.
Nice block. Punish the wall sending 4. Let's break against the tombstone again. Oh, counter hit. Just frame trap off the jab.
Big damage. Nice job with the delay to wake up. Cartwheels on him, nice. Walk into the down 2, that was a perfect response. Is that going to kill 1 pixel left? And the hop kick from downtown whiffs.
Yeah, such great patience out of Lookiz. We saw it out of the Asuka, we're seeing it out of the Gigas now. And we saw him walking around the 3+4 string. Oh, he almost caught him hard body with the sidestep too, but lucky for Hayai.
Down by 3. Has a move block again. Nice block on the low blow. Tiny punish. And no break on the 1+2 throw again. Yeah, oh, hits his butt. In the butt. And Lookiz takes it 2-0. And Lookiz is looking pretty good in the standings so far then, right?
Yep, 2-1 now overall in the standings. We'll have to see how the final match of the group will play out. But, you know, now we're in that situation. Hayai, unfortunately, is going to finish 0-3. You know, good try to him with the Paul, Leo, Armor King, but, you know, it's at any given Sunday, right? Sundays, it just doesn't work out for you, but still, good try, good games from him. But now, Lookiz is 2-1. We have our final match of Pool A. It's going to be Shaoling versus Aquila. If Shaoling wins, he's 3-0, Aquila's 1-2, and now we have a clean 1-2-3-4 in our group. If Shaoling loses, we're gonna have a 3-way tie at 2-1, and then we're gonna have to figure. Then our TOs in the back are gonna have to do some math and figure out how tiebreakers work, who won more games over more people. You see right here, our first player in our final match of Pool A, Ongee Aquila. We saw a lot of Alisa from him today. No Nina, no Katarina, just Alisa today. I wonder if we're finally going to see one of those other characters make his mark. But, again, must win this match against Shaoling to have a chance of making it out of pools. If he loses, definitely out. If he wins, then we do some matches. But our #1 ranked regional player, Shaoling, been showing us some great games with both the Ling and the Master Raven. If he wins today, if he wins this next match, clean 3-0, showing his dominance in Pool A.
And showing why he's ranked first regionally with those 300 points.
And you remember at the beginning of the day, we talked about how these pools were selected. Our top player in Pool B, Skywalker, chose these 3 players to send Xiaoling's way. So if he beats them all 3-0, that's going to be a big statement saying, you know, you pick these guys to go up against me, and, you know, I beat them all. So
yeah, this was easy, dude.
Yeah.
This is what you sent me? Are these your kings? That's going to be sick. And now I'm looking forward to the opponents that Shaoling sent to Skywalker.
Yep.
Which we will see later today in Pool B.
It's going to be one more match for Pool A. We'll see the final rankings, who qualifies for the Final Four, and then we will start our first round of Pool B matches. But, you know, who do you think has got this final match of Pool A? Xiaoling or Ongee Aquila?
The smart money is on Shaoling, right? Shaoling's looking unstoppable so far. Ongee Aquila's Alisa, definitely not to be slept on, for sure. Had some scary stuff earlier.
Yeah, he had some... Sorry about that. He had some... he had a good match in the second round against Hayai. Brought out the Lidia instead of the Alisa. Hayai looked completely lost against the Lidia, but you know, Shaoling, #1 ranker, I don't expect it should go the same way if he decides to bring out that Lidia. So, you know, we have Alisa, we have Lidia, we've seen Nina before, we've seen a Katarina, we've got lots of choices. Shaoling, Ling, or Master Raven both look like they're super strong choices today. What's going to be our matchup for Game 1?
Woo! Finally seeing the Katarina come out. I really thought Aquila was going to bring out the Lidia again and test Shaoling's knowledge in that matchup.
Guess not. Jungle Outpost going to be the first stage here. Actually, I don't remember how well Katarina deals with Ling. Personally, I've never... Katarina's still been one of my blind spots in Tekken 7, so...
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really know all of the matchups and how they play out. Especially after Season 1, it feels like. There's not a lot of Katarina players anymore, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if her standing 3 dealt with AOP pretty well, or something along those sorts. But Aquila going with the vacation outfit, it is humid in the jungle.
Good choice.
Sure.
What? You just said it's humid. Why would you know? I don't want to wear clothes, bro. It's humid out. You know, I'm sweating.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm fighting. Yeah, you know.
Maybe you can intimidate Ling. But yeah, this is one of the tournament presets, if I'm not mistaken. So the defaults, I should say.
Legal. So Aquila playing very slow pace with this character. I kind of was not expecting that. I figured we'd see a lot of Harrier mix-ups.
Yeah, Ooh! Messed up the crouch cancel stomp, maybe? But
10
yeah, maybe-
seconds left and almost nothing has happened except Aquila is slowly bleeding out.
Yeah, I think this is just another example of what we've seen in the previous matches with Shaoling. He's fine playing this turtley Link. He does not have to fight. He doesn't have to force the issue, and he's perfectly fine with it. I think maybe Aquila was expecting Shaoling to be a little aggressive, give him something to whiff punish, like right there, but, you know, he didn't do any of that in the first game, so maybe now he wasn't ready for it right there.
We're mostly seeing a lot of like shimmy steps from Aquila, right? He's kind of backdashing and going down, down, or up, up. But here we go. I'm starting to see some buttons brought out.
Yeah, maybe Aquila's finally realizing he's got to force the issue, otherwise Shaoling's never going to bite.
Yeah, it looks like Shaoling's perfectly okay with playing passive or aggressive once you start getting into his face. But nice down 4-2 catch there. This might be it with the mistrust follow-up guaranteed.
Round
Great combo there off of a weird side wall splat in the corner. Managed to realize, okay, you know, I'm not going to get my real combo here, so I'm going to spike him down and go for the free mistrust 4.
Alright, goes for the frame trap there with the 1-1-2. 2-2 whiffs, nice punish there from Shaoling, and then the back turn sweep. Comes
Yeah,
the strings a little bit.
that punish is super good for Ling. 13 frames, I believe, and then you can either force a frame trap with the back turn 1, or, you know, if they respect the frame trap, then you can try to hit him with the back turn sweep like we saw right there.
Alright, Aquila trying to space out a little bit here. Shaoling, though, working on a perfect in this last round. Nice block on the low. Doesn't get the full punish, but got something. Here we go, there's a trade. Oh, that is a GameStop trade in the favor of Shaoling, and Shaoling takes it 3-0 this first match.
Another great presence of mind conversion from Xiaoling right there. He saw the trade on the while standing 2 counter hit launcher on trade. Saw that he didn't feel like he could get a normal combo there. So instead, like, let me press my fastest button that can reach here. Standing 3, got
14 frames, nice
the
and
14
easy.
Yeah, converted into the spike down combo to get the grounded damage on the Mistress 4 and killed right there. Another example of how good Xiaoling has been playing today.
Yeah, it looks like Shaoling has the presence of mind to hit all these, super tight conversions, the side wall conversions with the wall combo into the guaranteed mistrusts after, been super on point, looking very comfortable. I'm wondering if Aquila maybe switches to that Lidia we saw earlier, try to test the waters, knowledge check a little bit, or maybe brings out the Nina that we still haven't seen.
Yeah, or maybe we
the better
come
system.
back, or maybe we see the Alisa that we saw earlier today as well. We have options, but it just looks like Shaoling is playing super clean today.
Well, Aquila maybe not quite warmed up with the cat, because that was the first time we've seen Katarina all day today, right?
I mean, he's played a different character in every game so far, so
Who's next?
maybe the Nina
Julia.
now, right?
I would like to see Nina. Nina versus Xiaoyu, Tekken 3 matchup.
Potentially your last game of the day.
Let's see who we got. And the Lady Sobieska comes out to play.
I do not know how this matchup is supposed to go. I know Lidia has good buttons, but I don't know how they can deal with AOP.
Yeah, I'm not sure what would hit that low for Lydia, actually. I play a decent amount of Lydia, but I don't
believe
play
that
this
maybe down 4-2 is that good to hit regular AOP. I don't know about AOP down, because then she gets super low for that one, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna Howard Estate for our second game, potentially our last.
Oh, we get to
game.
see it with the doors open like that? That was
Yep.
tight.
Yep, looks super cool. Locked in with this Lidia for the rest of this set. Is Shaoling going to finish Group A with a 3-0 record, or we're gonna get some weird tiebreaker nonsense? Wow, why'd that whiff?
No idea.
Spikes down, it's a mix-up. Wow, you could do that.
What
That's
just
sick.
happened?
I did not know that converted in that situation. That is great character knowledge from Shaoling right there.
Specialist. Alright, here's a rage drive. AOP to avoid
Get
the
me outta
eye.
here.
Probably would have avoided the mid too, right?
Yeah.
fight.
I'm thinking Lydia versus Ling might be okay, but it depends on how much Aquila knows how to play this matchup, right? Lidia also has forward 4-2 and down forward 3. The quick knee that pretty much almost hits grounded. That's a very good hitbox on it. Oh, turn up.
Get punished. Oh, that misses the combo. He was trying to go for a big boy combo with that jumping forward as well.
Nice 1-1 punish. Testing out with the strings. 1-2-4. Down forward 1-3 there. Ling gets a shoulder. Now Aquila, once again, like I said, knowledge check. Tries to see if Shaoling actually knows how to punish it. The mid. Jab checks all around. Oh, and the float. And the nice easy 4-2-1-4 conversion.
Round 3.
Shaoling 1 round away from ending this group 3-0. Aquila's got to make something happen right now.
Get the counter hit there. Good start. Aye.
Yeah, just Polish karate. Let's go. Just full blown. Let's go forward. Oh, but the mistrust. Just go for it.
Yeah. Shaoling definitely willing to take these risks. But I feel like Aquila is constantly finding his back to the wall.
Yeah. Wow, the sidestep. Sidestep out of mistrust into AOP into the whiff punish.
The raid down, no throw break shots. It's okay. You fell on the mat, so it doesn't hurt that much.
Just ends it with the stride into the simple wrestling neck breaker, and with that, Shaoling is 3-0 in the group. And with that, we should, if my memory is correct, we should have a clean 1-4 delineation right here with Shaoling number 1 and who is the second place right now? I gotta look at this right now. Lookiz. Lookiz right? Second place right now. Lookiz should be second place in this group. Shaoling will start the final 4 in winner's side. Lookiz in the loser side, unless I am misremembering right now. Shaoling showing that why he is the number 1 ranked player in West Africa.
Yep. And that will conclude it for round robins in Pool A. And then we'll see it right there. Shaoling, Lookiz making it out.
And then Ongee, Aquila, and Hayai, Sentoki, unfortunately, will not make it out of the pool, but they had some pretty good matches today. They played well, they played their heart out, so they made it to the finals, which is an achievement in itself. You know, they had to play well in dojo events and the online masters, so it is an accomplishment to be this far, even though they will be knocked out of the tournament now. Congratulations to them nonetheless.
And we can take a look there at Pool B. We are looking forward to seeing Skywalker, Case Core, Rock, not sure, and Gargos.
So we are going to get Pool B started as soon as we can. Gonna look over at the matchups for that right now. It looks like round 1, our first match will be Case Core versus Rock. Rock, another one that I'm not super familiar with. I don't know if you are. Case Core is playing the Alisa from the matches that I saw from the Masters event.
Yeah, I've only seen Alisa from Case Core as well. And that should be good. I'm interested in seeing who